Daily chances for rowdy storms and hot. Let's talk about it in today's edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. It is the 3rd of May, 2023. Good morning. I'm Texas Storm Chasers David Reimer, and this is your Wednesday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. We had some storms yesterday across portions of the western third of Texas that brought 60 to 70 mile an hour winds, blowing dust, some rain, but not a whole lot, and a wee bit of hail. And guess what? We're going to be doing it all over again today. Let's just dive into the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. This is going to be for this afternoon into tonight. We have a level 1 out of 5 risk for severe storms. That's the lowest on the 5-level risk coverage scale. That means about a 1 in 10 to a 1 in 20 chance of a severe thunderstorm within about 25 miles of your location. Just like yesterday, the potential for localized damaging winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour out of the most intense storms, maybe some pocket change size hail. Locally heavy rainfall and, of course, cloud-to-ground lightning that could cause some wildland fire ignitions. Could also see some blowing dust with some of those outflowy winds from storms today. Here's a look at the high-resolution rapid refresh model through this afternoon. You can see we're going to have those storms pop up during the mid-afternoon peak heating cycle, but unlike yesterday, some of those storms are going to continue into late tonight. We may see a couple of clusters of loosely organized storms move to the east-northeast this evening across portions of West Texas into northwest Texas and eventually Oklahoma. Those clusters of storms could have gusty winds, some moderate to locally heavy rainfall, probably not too much in the way of big hail, but we could see some local minor flooding, especially in the bar ditches, so keep an eye out for that if you are out and about this evening where we see some heavier rains. As we get into tomorrow, the dry line is going to move on to the east, and we're going to see the threat for scattered severe thunderstorms increase as we see the arrival of an upper level storm system that's going to help increase the amount of wind shear available for thunderstorms, and likewise that's going to allow thunderstorms to become more organized, more intense, and longer lived. A level 2 out of 5 risk for scattered severe storms tomorrow afternoon. That's about a 1 in 5 chance for a rowdy storm in your neck of the woods, including the Edwards Plateau, the Concho Valley, the Hill Country, up into the Big Country, western North Texas, northwest Texas, and a bit of Texoma. Level 1 risk further to the east across portions of south central Texas, the Brazos Valley, central Texas, north Texas, northeast Texas, including the DFW Metroplex, all the way down I-35 to San Antonio. And as we take a look at the high-res rapid refresh model for tomorrow, we're going to see scattered supercellular thunderstorms fire up during the afternoon hours. Some of these storms could have hail up to the size of tennis balls, so the hail threat will definitely be increasing tomorrow, both in terms of the overall threat for hail and the hail sizes. Could see localized damaging winds of 60 to 70 miles an hour, and also cannot rule out a tornado, though the overall tornado threat does look to remain on the very low side thanks to some weaker low-level wind shear and comparatively high cloud bases for what we would consider to be a higher threat for tornadoes. So those high cloud bases and somewhat veered low-level wind shear flow will help keep the overall tornado threat very low tomorrow in the state of Texas. That may not necessarily be true north of the Red River, but we'll have to watch for that possibility as well. Storms that do develop tomorrow afternoon generally going to move off to the east. Some could last well into the evening. We may see 1 or 2 clusters of storms organized late tomorrow evening into early Friday morning. Those could move east into portions of the Brazos Valley and East Texas by the pre-dawn hours Friday, with some gusty winds, small hail, heavy rainfall, and an abundant amount of cloud-to-ground lightning. As we head into Friday, the overall potential will be there again for a few severe storms, but we're going to have to see how the overall weather situation is set up after those storms on Thursday into Thursday night, as that muddles the overall forecast picture for Friday. But again, probably a couple more storms on Friday with similar hazards, and then the threat may continue into Saturday, Sunday as well, with daily chances for at least a couple of afternoon severe storms. So we head into the fire weather department. After a couple days of more calm fire weather conditions, we're going to start picking it back up again on Thursday. The potential fire danger rating high to very high across portions of the Davis Mountains into the Borderland and the Permian Basin. On Friday, that potential will continue but also expand into portions of West Texas and the Texas Panhandle. So after a couple days of less impressive fire weather conditions, we may start having to deal with some increased wildfire activity across the western third of Texas, although hopefully a little precipitation over the next couple of days, mainly, well, today at this point, will dampen that just a wee bit. But, well, once it gets hot again, it won't take long for the topsoil to dry out and the threat for fires to increase. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire temperature outlook with you because, well, we have a free mobile app for that now. Y'all can get your temperature forecast for your neighborhood in the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, but we are taking a look at the hottest day of the next 5 days. That's going to be Friday. Temperatures well up into the 90s across a good chunk of Texas, North Texas, Northwest Texas, all the way through the big country, the Concho Valley, down into the Edwards Plateau, into the Permian Basin. We're looking at middle to perhaps upper 90s for high temperatures on Friday. Yes, 94 in Dallas. Looks like 90 to 92. Austin, San Antonio, could be about 100 in Laredo. 95 San Angelo, 95 in Abilene, 95 to 97 in Wichita Falls to Vernon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to one of the first previews of actual summer across the state of Texas, not just the springtime triple-digit little heat waves we see in the Edwards Plateau, but hopefully we'll be able to cool it off a few degrees over the weekend into early next week as active weather continues with daily chances for thunderstorms. But with those, we're also going to have to keep an eye out for the possibility of some severe weather. But at this point, there's not anything super clear-cut in the extended range that would signify a higher severe weather threat or a more widespread severe weather threat on any particular day over the next 7 days, at least in the 3 to 7 day time frame. But it does look like at least spotty thunderstorms are going to be possible each day, so we'll just have to take those day by day, and we'll keep an eye on things. You can do the same, again, with the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app. Just search for Texas Storm Chasers in the Apple app or Google Play Store, depending on your device. And as always, you can keep an eye on the sky with the free Texas Storm Chasers interactive weather radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar. Next Texas Weather Roundup out by 7 a.m. Thursday. We'll be keeping an eye on storms later today and this evening. Y'all have a good Wednesday. God bless.